MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning. Believe it or not, it is Friday, and Candace is all dressed in leopard today.
I am, and I even got my little.
What do you? That?
It's just like a little tassel.
No, I was trying to think. Was that the wind catcher thing that I've never understood?
Oh, like a dream catcher.
Yeah.
What they call it? No, this is not that. It's just a little piece like wood.
Which brings to mind, and I have not watched the last 20 minutes yet, and I've got to get back to it, of Yellowstone. Somebody please.
The final one?
Yes, 20 minutes and I'll be done. I don't know what's happening yet. But somebody please explain to me how you have a job, and it's a state job, what's his name? The guy with got the Indian wife. What's his name? The brother?
I can't think of it.
It starts with a C, I think. And I'm blank for whatever reason. Cody or
Corey?
Corey? No, it's not Corey.
I don't know.
Corey. I'll think of it in a minute. But all right, he's got a government job. He's like the state livestock guy.
Yeah.
And so how does he take off and go sit on top of a mountain
waiting for a wolf?
Right, with no shirt on, with looks like 20 degree or below weather, and wait. He's been there at least matter of fact, he ain't even been to his job in the last few months. How on earth, Casey? That's it.
Casey,
Thank you,
okay.
Tony.
Yeah.
How do you do your job and keep it and go do that? Somebody tell me.
He seems like he might be higher up on the totem pole. You know, so
But
maybe he can do what he wants to do.
You know, and I was really into Texas Ranger Walker right up until he started having those visions of seeing things through eagles. And then I said, I can't follow this. Am I missing something? Is there something to the dream catcher stuff and sitting out with no heat and no food for weeks?
I don't know.
Trying to imagine something.
I wouldn't have been sitting up on the hill, not by myself up there.
Because I think it boils down to this. You get delirious after you hadn't eaten, and you start imagining things. Yeah. It's kind of like if you ain't had a date in years, and you see this old girl, and you start thinking, golly, she looks better than she does. Like if it's the only woman and you're in West Texas, she's a hot commodity. There ain't many women out there. I don't know if you've ever been there.
Not many decent men either. I mean,
There's a shortage in Mississippi, I hear. Women, you let an old boy go single, and it's like white on rice. They trying to all get him.
You are so crazy.
Y'all know it's true.
Well,
Look, our special guest, let me cut over here. These girls know it too.
y'all don't know what y'all have gotten into coming on here with Scotty Ray.
Look, boyfriends hard to get, aren't they? See, look.
Decent guys are hard to get, I will say that. Not that I was really out looking, but I just, from people that I talk to.
Well, you cut hair
I've
and
got
women
one
talk to you.
friend that she goes out with somebody and thinks they're great, and they seem like they are, and then they turn out to be just crazy.
Yeah.
you know?
Right. Yeah.
Cray,
Like
cray.
crazy.
Cray, cray.
Yeah.
Now, women are referred to as snakes in their head. Now, I don't know what they refer to a man that ain't got it all together.
I don't know.
But I have also witnessed this, and y'all know this because there's a bunch of you out there that tweak your little pictures there on Facebook and try to make you look a little younger maybe
With
than
the
you are.
filters.
Yeah. And then the old boy meets you. Well, a lot of you I went to high school with, and you just wouldn't have nothing to do with them old boys. You hit 45, 50, he starts looking better. It don't matter. He has a job, and you are ready to go out with him.
But that is a good thing to have as a job.
Yeah,
Yes.
women seem to like that.
Yeah.
But now there's, and let me say this: there's
Of course,
also
women need to have a job too. So
They do.
That's like,
But explain this to me because I've never understood this. Because there is that particular type woman that does exist. She's out there that may have the best job in the world, but she's got this thing for the guy that she wants to fix. The bad boy.
Oh, she keeps thinking she's going to fix.
Yeah, that he's 40, still doesn't have a job and rides the motorcycle with all the tattoos, but he looks cool with the wind blowing.
Right.
And she's supporting.
Yeah.
You can't fix lazy,
Right.
and you can't fix stupid,
Right. Right.
and you can't fix a lot of other things.
Uh-oh.
Just to say, like, if it's bad when you meet them, it ain't gonna get any better. It's gonna get worse. So.
All right, Angela calls it confidence is sexy.
Yeah, I mean that is
Really?
that is a
like
a
you
good
could be
thing to
really
have, is
ugly and
confidence.
just walk up in there and know that you're the man.
Not
there
always.
are, yeah. Well, she says not always. Yeah, I mean confidence is always a good thing to have. It is.
Okay, well, I'm going to remember that. Write that down in my little black book over
But,
here. In my next online
And
class.
being like honesty, that's a really good thing to have. Be.
You're trying to marry Charles Ingalls over there. I'm just trying to get you a man that breathes.
I don't want a man. I got a man. What are you talking about?
Look, y'all, let me tell you something. I work with this
I
old
have
girl.
a husband, which you set me up with, so that's good.
Well, I knew what I was doing. Because
Yeah.
if you come to Scotty Ray's dating world, you hooked up. But
Kurt's at home going, oh my gosh.
See, look at that.
No, but I am serious though. I do have I'm thankful.
I worked with this woman one time that ran her husband off.
Really.
Because he might have been late dragging the garbage
you were supposed
can
to
up
say
the
lazy.
driveway. Yeah, hell, he got it, but it just wasn't when she wanted it. She was. I'm going to describe this as a constant nag. Can I do that? Can I say that word, y'all?
Yeah, I guess so.
Huh? She was a little bit naggy, and she just kept on eating at him until she finally run him off. And after about 8 years of sitting at the house by herself and nobody asking her out, she figured out I had it made.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? He ain't coming back. He's gone.
And
Dreams do come true.
Yeah. And that is Scotty Ray's,
A little philosophy there for
Yeah.
you. Sometimes re-examine your situation till you go complaining. On both sides of the fence. Now, let me be serious about that.
yeah. It's not always, the grass is not always greener on the other side like some people think it is.
Sometimes ain't no grass over there at all.
Dirt's on the other side. It's a facade.
And it treats you people good every now and then. Say you look, even if they don't look the best, they're standing there with rollers and all that little cream stuff. Say you look good, just make them feel good. It's called mercy flirting.
Now, well, I will say this: I've always been one that even like every day I get up, and even if I'm gonna be at home all day, I still put a little makeup on my face and fix my hair, and I'm like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like walking around looking. I call it haggish on my part because I don't look like a hag if I'm not. But anyway, when I was really sick one time, Kurt, it was like several days. I mean, I looked really rough.
Do we have a picture?
No, thank goodness we don't. But anyway, and he walked up and he says, I think you might be a little better if you just put a little makeup on.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Maureen Faust
But he
tells
is
us
honest, I
that
was like,
according
rough.
to the survey in the Meridian area, it's 10 women to every man in Meridian. Y'all
Oh,
best
boy.
be holding on to his leg and not letting him get away.
Goodness.
Those numbers are high. It's like winning the lottery. Just small thoughts there. And if you're the young ladies with us come to us from Honeysuckles,
That's
and
right.
we welcome Kaylee and Kelsey. How are y'all?
Hi. Good morning. Good
All
morning.
right. Y'all don't go anywhere because y'all are really good at putting people together with Valentine's gifts with flowers.
Yes. Yes.
All right, so y'all hang close. We're going to get to more of this of what y'all can do to help people here in just a little bit. If you ain't got a date, that's up and coming there. And again, if you're a little embarrassed, I can hook you up with Joe at SMI if you need your windows tinted and you had to go down a notch or two on your dating scale and you're thinking, I don't want anybody to see me with this person. He can tint your windows. Dark.
I just need a crack in mine fixed that's.
And if it's really bad, Joe over at the Piggly Wiggly will give you a bag. And it's called a double bagger. If they're that bad, he'll help you out there too.
Oh, my goodness. Please, y'all, get us out of this little thing that we're in.
As we look at things that happen around Meridian, now, as we move to some serious notes and talk about things that have happened in the Meridian area, let's talk about this situation here. There was a shooting in Meridian, Mississippi the other day near Meridian High School. Now, I want to point out it didn't happen on campus. That didn't happen. Here's the young man that did the shooting. He was arrested. Last night, late in the evening, it wasn't last night, but late in the evening, they upgraded the charges on him. He has now been arrested for attempted murder, and his bond goes from $250,000 to $850,000.
Now, what was the change? I wonder. I mean,
They
did
decided
hear- okay.
it
He
was
trying to-
evidence
he
of,
was actually trying to kill.
well, he shot him.
Yeah.
Numerous times. I never got the exact number. I've been told lots. But the judge examined all the evidence in front of him and changed that charge to attempted murder. And it was. I don't care how you
Probably
slice
should
that.
have been in the first charge.
Yes.
Yeah, but goodness. Well, and he's an adult,
Uh,
right? He's
19.
So,
19. Real young looking, but yes,
yeah.
19.
He is a lot younger looking than.
One of those baby faces, as they say. They call him Little Roderick.
Okay.
Search is still on in Clark County as we go back to this story. This is still sad. We haven't gotten any answers yet. They are still looking. Drones will go back up today as they look for Miss Carrie Bell Vaughn. 76. She lives in Jasper County, but her car was found in Clark County. Nobody around. Her purse, all of her belongings still in the car. The search is on. So that
Goodness.
we pray that this has a happy ending.
Oh, yes. It's because it is. I mean, if she happened to be lost or something, I don't know. It's just so cold outside. I mean, I hope they can find her.
I do too. Now, let's revisit Philadelphia, Mississippi, and let me show you this
Tragic
here.
thing.
Oh, it is. And then we'll go back and get the pictures and pull this up. As we were getting off the air yesterday afternoon, I got a text that something went on in Philadelphia last night that I was not aware of. Philadelphia, Mississippi, there was a man that was pulled over for whatever charge, speeding or whatnot, right there on the main drag. The police officer gets out, goes to the car, talks to the guy. He takes his driver's license, sits back in his patrol car, runs him. He walks back up to the car, and he asked the gentleman to step out. He sent something, wanted him to step out of the car to further investigate. When he asked him that, the driver puts it in drive and hauls britches. Goes up, slings sideways, goes left, and keeps going straight and runs through somebody's house. What happened then was the car runs through the front bedroom, into the second bedroom, and out the back of the house. And a 13-year-old boy who was on his computer playing a game was thrown in the yard. Here's that young man. I spoke to his grandfather last night. His name is Cullen McCoy, and they have set up a GoFundMe page. And why? Well, his parents don't have any insurance. The person that ran over him did not have car insurance. So they have mounting medical expenses. They're at the hospital now. Emergency surgery is going on left and right.
Right.
They're trying to reattach his colon today. He's going into surgery probably about right now.
Yeah.
They said several surgeries today and try to put his colon back together. There's numerous surgeries that have already happened as we look at this. We need to pray for them. And if you would like to give, you can go to my page to that GoFundMe, click on it, whether it's $2, $5, or if you're one of those that go, look, I don't like giving money to the GoFundMe, contact me. I can get you in touch with the grandfather and you can give it direct.
Right.
However you want to do that, that would help the family, because it's prayers is one of the big things. And
Yes.
they sent back to me, prayers do work. And let me show you the pictures of the house, just because you can't imagine without looking at it. Here this is. This is the front of the house, all the way through, and this is hanging out the back of the house. That's the front, where he just kept driving straight, and there's the rear of the house where the car exited. It threw the young boy out in the backyard right about back here. Can anyone
I cannot
imagine
even imagine that.
that? That's
Such a tragic thing.
now he's alive, and they're happy of that.
Yes.
But he will have to go through numerous surgeries to be able to be what he was again. They're tickled he's alive. Prayer is very, very precious in times like this. Our community needs pulled together. As I spoke with Eric Clark yesterday, the sheriff of Neshoba County, and he described to me what was going on. It's just sad.
It is sad. I can't even imagine, that happening
Keep them in mind.
to my child. That is
As we say, a prayer circle, a prayer chain. Is that the word?
yes.
Need that there. I can't tell you how many incidents there were yesterday, because you know what? It was a bunch. Let's start out here on I-20. This was mile marker 157 yesterday. A tanker truck coming in Meridian. This could have been bad. Butane was in the back of that truck. The worst thing that did happen was the tanks on the truck started spilling fuel. They had to go do a fuel cleanup. Look at this picture here. Right there, turned sideways. Had that something happened, it would have been a totally different story. And as you look at
Very
this,
lucky.
there's a different angle. And it just, basically the front of the truck turned around opposite, lost control in all of that rough weather yesterday. Fortunately, no one was hurt.
Yes.
I know, but how much did it rain? Were you out in the rain? Did you see it when you were working?
I work right next to a big, window. So, it was just like pouring rain. And it's always going to flood. It seems like when we get a lot of rain out in the parking lots and the roads, the edges of the roads, you got to be really careful.
Let's look at Nukes down in the Crossroads Shopping Center. That's, where if you're sitting at Chick-fil-A, this is what you would have seen yesterday. Look how much water came down. Look at that. Up to the front bumper.
You would think it would drain, like there would be drains out in the parking lots, for it
Yeah,
to
I don't have
drain.
an answer for
I guess
that.
if it falls in a hurry, they like that, like flash floods or.
And it will
That's
do
what
that
happened.
also at Rush Hospital, right behind Rush Hospital. That road, I've seen it climb there before. But that was the scene there, and it was a lot of rain that fell down. Now, up and coming, we're going to tell you more about the weather that rolled through and what it did after it left the Meridian area and after it got past Livingston, Alabama. That's right around the corner, so don't go anywhere. We're going to tell you more about that. Right now, let's talk about our friends down at the Farm Supply, where they do so much for you at the Farm Supply, whether it's a work boot or a pair of jeans that you need. And this is that FR line of clothing. If you work in that industry where you could catch fire, fire retardant clothing. I've taught a lot of classes on this of what it does and how it protects you. Good to have if you have to work around chemicals that could explain.
Or even welding.
Yeah,
I mean, you never
save your
know.
life.
Right.
Sure will. A little spark and
Yeah.
woof, up it goes. Ask Michael Jackson about that.
Goodness.
Socks and hats. It was a commercial.
It'd be kind of hard to do right
Well,
now.
yes, but it did happen. I didn't think of it that way.
Oh, my goodness.
Having
Okay.
to bring up facts into things. Socks and hats, because it's cold today. It's a large wind blowing outside today, and it'll burn your ears. Your feet get cold. We've got that for you there. Ariat, one of those, and of course, work jeans, anything that you may be looking for, and T-shirts and all, hats, and a whole lot more. You'll find all of this and so much more at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply as you go through this work boots. Now, let's talk about that. You got chickens, you got cows, you got horses. This is the place that's going to take care of you. Come down, browse around, see the different things that they've got. As I said, open since 1932, taking care of you. Horse, cattle feed, guns. Where are you going to find it? Exit 151. Drop in and visit with them today, and they'll help you take care of all your business.
And education is the only tool that you can use to improve your world and make dreams a reality. The better the education, the better the life. The teachers are the instrument to help our future generations fulfill their dreams for a better life. That is why Richard Schwartz and Associates is proud to recognize and celebrate our teachers with the Golden Apple Awards. Thanks to the dedicated commitment of our teachers, our children will have the opportunity to live in a much better world. Show them how much you care. Take the time to nominate a teacher today.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace on this Friday morning, February the 4th. Whew, month is getting away from us. Which means next weekend we're getting ready for Super Bowl, and then that big day after that. It's on Monday, I think, that will follow that, called Valentine's Day. And the ladies that help you get out of trouble, of course, here is Kaylee and Kelsey. Y'all are with Honeysuckles on North Hill Street, and y'all do flowers, right?
Yes.
Yes,
So women really do like to get flowers, right?
We do.
they do.
Anytime.
We
Not
do.
just on special occasions.
Right.
Anytime.
Right, every day.
But y'all's big day is coming up, and that's y'all do deliveries too. Tell me about that. You can just whoop it out. Do you like knock on the door, wait to, or just put it on the front door step and run?
No, we knock on the door and then no one answers, then we can leave it if told to do so.
Gotcha. But if you've got someone special, you've got a thought of some flowers, y'all do this and do it right, don't you?
Yes.
Yes.
Tell me about this. Now, where are you? Where are you located?
We're on 2626 North Hill Street, right across the road from Cane's,
Uh-huh.
between Purdy Kids and House of Hair.
So you don't need to wait to the last minute. Now, if you've got this coming up,
Preferably
you want to
not.
have something, because supplies, do people order a lot?
Right.
Yes.
Pre-ordering is definitely best. That way you can be more picky about
Yeah.
which arrangement you want, because if you wait too late, then we can still make you something, but there's not as much to choose from.
Yeah.
Right.
We all know how that is. Like December 24th at midnight, you're thinking, I
Exactly.
need to get something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Valentine's Day. And y'all have got knickknacks also to go along with that too, don't you?
Yes, we do. We have candles and balloons, some bath bombs and soaps. And if somebody doesn't like, they don't want to send flowers or they want to send something different, we have some cute little Valentine succulents and houseplants and stuff like that.
But, you know, here's a picture of one of the things that y'all do there for Valentine's Day. You could have that sent out. What is the most popular thing that people send for Valentine's Day? What is the thing that that is sent out the most of?
Probably the dozen roses, but we also have mixed arrangements I think are very nice that are different than the typical dozen roses. But we do have them for the classic, you know.
Yeah.
I love the mixed
Traditional.
arrangements.
I do
like
too.
of the different flowers put together. I think that's
Yes.
so pretty.
Me too.
So do y'all come up with the cute little card, write it out, or do you request that the old boy has to come up with the thought of what he's got to write down?
Well, we ask old boy what he would like to put, and sometimes
the
he
old
doesn't
boy.
know. So we
Right.
help them out. We help them with work.
Because
sometimes.
that is probably the subject that I would be like,
Yes.
Yeah.
It really is harder than y'all think. We all laugh about it until you're right on the spot and the light's in your eyes and you got to come up with something to say.
This is where the 10 to 1 comes in.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. She'd get by on that. But if you do have someone special and you want to do that, y'all do that. Now, as you go through this, there's birthdays and anniversaries, and heaven forbid when it comes time for this, but y'all do handle this. I want to bring this up because this is a time when people are upset and you need somebody to kind of help you. When you get ready for a sympathy like this, if you got a friend who's passed away or if you're arranging an entire funeral, you need somebody that's done this, and y'all do that also.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
We're a full-service florist.
So y'all do
So
that.
like prom, you could do the corsages and the
Yes.
boutonnieres.
Prom, every day, birthdays, anniversaries, funeral, weddings, events.
And we've been doing a lot of the presentation style, like hand-wrapped bouquets for
Beauty reviews.
and pageants and stuff like that.
Okay.
I was only in one of those one time. I only got asked once.
How'd that go?
I didn't win, so I guess I wasn't pretty. They shot me down.
Goodness.
And for the life of me, I was sitting here trying to think of what that girl's name was. I don't know. She had black hair, and that's all I remember.
Did you wear your cowboy hat?
They wouldn't let me wear it on stage back then. That's before I got all where I could handle myself and didn't
Okay.
know everything in life.
Yeah.
I got 18, I figured out quick. But it probably, as you were sitting there doing that, I was thinking, yep, it goes back to that 1 to 10. I was the last choice, and she had nobody else to walk her. That's why she picked me.
Oh,
So much.
But special occasions like that, because this does be one of those things, whether it's on your arm or whatever, it's the occasion that lasts a lifetime. And why not have it look pretty?
right.
Right.
All right, now let's talk about what y'all are going to be doing. Let me look at the calendar here. Oh, February 13th, what are y'all doing?
Working.
Yes, we will be open during the Super Bowl for the men who it finally dawns on them. Oh, that's tomorrow. We will be there.
Yes.
Just call us.
We'll be there all weekend before, and you can give us a call. You can order online. Send us a message on Facebook if you need some help.
Yeah, and that is one of those things where you do sit there and it does snap because somebody brings it up to
Right.
you, and
Or if it sneaks up on you.
things do sneak up on
Be
you.
there.
And this is what y'all's logo looks like. Let me show this. It's yellow. It's pretty there. And this is the number to call, 453-3055, all their North Hills location. Again, y'all are going to get really experienced at this of throwing flowers and making people's happy day,
Yes.
weddings.
We love it.
Do you do gift baskets like for people who are in the hospital and stuff? I just want to ask. I don't know. Do y'all ever do those?
We don't have like fruit baskets per se, or like
Yeah.
I know a lot of people like to send like the cheese straws and stuff. We don't have that.
Uh-huh.
But we do have like wooden crosses, and then we
Yeah.
also have we just got some beauty bar chocolate in,
Okay.
which is like sugar free, dairy free, keto,
Gluten free,
Yeah.
all of
gluten
that.
free, so you can
And it's really
enjoy
yummy.
your chocolate without feeling guilty.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well,
That's
since we
always
went
nice.
went
Yes.
into do you do this? Let me go ahead and ask this.
Okay.
Like if you finally getting your divorce, you make a big floral arrangement for that also?
I love it. Absolutely.
For
Going
any
through the big-
occasion.
Seriously, there are people that throw parties for that.
What are you
that-
gonna do? Send somebody send the other one
Yeah,
some
yeah.
black roses or something? Like
Maybe you got a
Do
best.
they make black roses?
But maybe you got a best friend and I know old boy that he's been trying to get rid of her for like 12
my
years, and she won't divorce him. He sent her the papers and she won't sign them. I think y'all all saw that in what was that movie, Sweet Home Alabama?
Oh yeah.
Remember the thing there and the dog? Boy, I like that dog. But anyway,
Goodness.
I was a little happy to the person that finally gets their free papers, their walking papers.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is exciting. I've never been divorced, but it's exciting.
Just a little thought there.
Yes, we can hook you up with some flowers
They
for that.
can make it happen.
We can.
Yes.
Any occasion.
And y'all got a little van there that I was poking fun at y'all about y'all if y'all went to high school and that and took all your dates out in that. But they actually went and bought the
Oh
van.
goodness. It's a neat van. I work over by there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So but yeah, it's a pretty
Thank you.
The Chevy
It's
van.
fun.
pretty
We love
van.
it.
Yes.
Yeah, do that. All right, we got more coming up. So y'all don't run off. I'm going to ask your opinion on a few things here in just a little bit. So don't rush off. Y'all hang close there. As we go through a few more events that went on in the Meridian area overnight, don't forget, you can go to my page now, and we'll do this every single day. Let me show this. Pop this up there. You can read about, when you see this right here, this is the link that shows you who the Meridian Police Department, tells you all the details of what they did the day before. How many folks got to go visit it? Yeah. Maybe a ride downtown. Free ride, too. They do all that.
They'll give you a Uber to the police department.
Yeah, they sure will. We had reports of the tornado that happened yesterday. Let me show you just a sample here of the video of this. Look at this here as we look at this. Let me expand this where you can see this. This is an aerial view of the tornado that went into Sawyerville, Alabama yesterday. And this just kind of goes across and shows you, look at the trees, look at these homes. When a tornado warning is issued, you never know if it's going to touch down or not. You don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes they stay in the air and they never do. But this is the same storm that rolled through Meridian, Mississippi yesterday. It went right on across and went to Alabama and did touch down. If you go up I-20, you get to Utah, Alabama, and hang a right. About 15 miles down that road is where this would have been. Now, let me show you the pictures of the home where they lost their life. This was a double-wide mobile home where the tornado hit yesterday. There were 4 people inside. 3 are in critical condition at the hospital. 1 died immediately. As you pull this up, this used to be a modular home. This is what is left. Just a slab is all that is there. From what I have read, it picked it up, carried it 40 to 50 feet across the road, and then slammed it down. So when I say get to your safe place, this is why.
Yeah.
Now, again, I'm not picking on mobile homes. They're very nice. I don't want y'all to take that wrong. But
No, I mean, I live in a mobile home.
even
So, yeah.
a brick home they can get, and that's why we always suggest our friends at the Precast Group of getting you a tornado shelter, a place to go to. They're solid concrete, and they're not going to be
Right.
blown away. Be safe. It is a worry. You know,
It is.
people that every time it runs up, they go, "Oh my gosh, where am I going?"
Yeah, I know. Every time it would get bad, we would always go to my mom's because she does have a storm shelter.
Until she had y'all removed.
I will say though, I got down in there one time with 8 adults and 3 dogs, and I swore I'd just take my chances.
Yeah, she told me.
I don't know.
She said every time Candace comes, I have those neat little Nutty Buddy bars, and she said Candace leaves and I got none left.
Oh,
She
yeah.
stands over there and eats them.
Yeah, I bet she did.
Those things are addictive. I don't know if y'all got hooked
They
on them or
are
not.
addictive if you know.
Oh, some kind of good.
They're good.
But mom will let y'all come back to the
Oh
storm
yeah,
shelter.
she'll let us. She'll allow us in. Yeah, she will.
Now, and let me quickly address this. I'm not going to go off on some tangent. I want to be clear about this. I got this on my Facebook here. This was a wreck that happened in Shibuya. A person is in critical condition. They're in the hospital. This is just showing what can happen when it's rainy, cars
Right.
slide. This car slid underneath the back of an 18-wheeler that was turning in. I don't know the circumstances of why he hit it.
I thought
what
I
happened.
read someone hit him in the rear.
It could be.
I thought I read that, but now I'm not sure because it didn't look like it was real damaged in the back. But
From what I understand, that truck
Yeah.
was turning, maybe didn't see it. But the things like this, when it's this critical of this, the family is notified before any pictures of detail are placed. The family was notified 13 hours before this was posted. I want to be clear about that. Now, do we post pictures sometimes when a wreck happens, but it doesn't show anything that would be concerning to anybody. You know
Right.
where I'm trying to go with that. If there's a wreck on Highway 19 and the car's in the ditch, I'm gonna place that picture. But this one, this was edited down. It took out anything that showed anything bad. A person was ugly with the person that posted this first. 13 hours later, the family was well aware of what happened. This is a news item. You cannot sit back and not show the news because somebody wants to jump online somewhere and run somebody down. Well, the family wasn't notified. They didn't know this. Yes, they did. All of that is gone through. It is a newsworthy item. You, as the public, need to know. It helps somebody else down the road. If you see what happens, you learn from our mistakes. It's like hiding history, removing history. You have to show these things. The family was notified, and they always will be.
and prayers for that family
Yes.
that had someone in that vehicle because That was a very bad.
Yeah, it was. LaWanda says Little Debbie's are the
Okay.
best. They are. Those Little Debbies, they are. But just a little thing of that. And I mentioned this early this morning. Did you know one of the governors was snuck out of the Mississippi Capitol, a statue?
No.
Been gone a month and nobody noticed it.
There's a lot of things that,
They deemed him to be
we find out at
racist.
the
And
last minute.
they got
about
it
stuff.
just kind of eased out. So what's next if the public wasn't told on that? Makes you wonder.
I wonder about the critical race theory thing, being taught in schools. Because someone told me, I'm going to check into it, but someone told me that it is being put into, I don't know if I don't think it's our schools, but that it is being introduced, but it's being called something else.
In the state of Mississippi or another store?
It was in the state of Mississippi. So
I'm going to give
not
you a
sure.
job. See what you can find out about
I'm
that.
going to look that up. But yeah, that they were calling it something else.
If something's called something else, we'd like to know so we can tell you where you can go, hey, something's not right here. That's what we like to do.
But there was a lot of different things being introduced to be, I guess, introduced into the schools. But
Well, one thing that I don't understand, and I brought this up this morning also, is the state of Mississippi voted on the medical, and I say medical marijuana that would help people that were sick. Voted on it, it passed, and then, no, we can't do that. It took 15 months later. Yesterday, the governor finally signed it. It is law now. Why? When we voted on it, and whether you like it or not, the citizens spoke.
what I can't believe is that anywhere in this country that they would remove an American flag, they would call that,
Right. There's
I cannot
nothing
believe
racist
that.
about a flag.
No, and remove the Pledge of Allegiance being said in the classrooms. Why would you do that? When I was coming up, we always said the Pledge of Allegiance.
We sure did.
And then we sung
Not
the
everybody knew it, I'd like to point out. I remember in grade school.
And then we sung the song, My Country 'Tis of Thee. We always sung that.
You want to do that for us? I want to see if you know all the words.
No. I will off air, but I'm not going to.
But things like
anyway,
that do happen behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
They just kind of go away.
And prayer. Why would you remove prayer in school?
LaWanda said Bilbo was a
Just one
large statue. He's the governor there.
Okay.
But as I read into all about him, and I brought this up this morning, he was a little bitty fella.
Oh, really?
He was so little he had to wear bright clothing where people wouldn't miss him.
Mm-hmm.
He had what we call the little man syndrome. We all know that person.
Well, back to the talking about removing stuff, and I just don't understand why, one or two parents can get bent out of shape about something, and then they want to remove.
Yes, and they do it sometimes.
I know.
The governor of Mississippi might tell you that he'll let you vote on something too, and then, in the cloak of darkness, just do it anyway without you voting. I wonder what I'm talking about. Think on that. More coming up with Scotty Ray and Candace. Y'all are doing great today. Thanks for all the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. All on the way here this morning as we begin our day. The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is passing along these great savings this week. Florida strawberries, $3.99. Idaho potatoes, a 8-pound bag, $3.99. Piggly Wiggly Original Mayonnaise, 30-ounce jar, $1.89. Piggly Wiggly Peanut Butter, 40-ounce jar, $3.39. Certified Angus Beef New York Strips Family Pack, $9.99 a pound. And fresh leg quarters, 10-pound bag, only $5.99.
We're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built-in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. Barbara Smith tells us that they did a great job at her home, the Precast Group. Very professional. Talk to them. I'm serious about that. When it comes to tornadoes, have some peace of mind.
Yes.
So you'll be here tomorrow, be able to buy some more bacon and beans and stuff for the household there. Somebody posted there, what if they made rape legal? That's not going to happen. At least I say it wouldn't. And that's where it comes into voting, making sure that you get out and exercise your right to vote. Because there are some senators that go forth and come up with these crazy bills. Make sure you know who you're voting for.
Right.
I'm just going to say that.
Like when they say it's okay for a man to go in the women's restroom.
Yeah, something wrong with that.
Yeah, there is something very wrong with that.
NCAA banned Mississippi. Whoop. Anybody worried about that? Nope, not me. Not at all. It's already, 8:34 this morning going on. All right, let's go back in time.
Yeah.
Let's test Candace, and we'll test our girls to see what they may know what happened on this day in history. Are y'all ready for this little game? Are y'all over there ready to play this? Okay, we're going to go down this road here.
If you don't know something, don't feel bad because I never know anything.
Oh, come on.
Ask.
Back on this date in 1789, here we go now. It was the very first time we got one of these in the United States. He would be our very first president. George Washington was elected president on this day. Okay, now y'all did know who George was, right? Okay, I'm just checking over there, make sure that y'all know all that. He's a good guy. George Washington could have become a dictator so very easily. They wanted him to have the power just like they had on the throne, but he refused that. He would not accept it and went on back to Mount Vernon. What a guy. He was a very Christian man, and he just didn't know that doing that old thing to where they cut you and let you bleed to heal you would kill you.
Goodness.
Didn't turn out so well. But that was a big thing back in the day. All doctors thought that.
They
would
and
cut you
bleed.
and drain blood out, and they thought it would cure you. And
What
done
they do?
it.
Drain all? I mean, too much?
Didn't
or
work out
something?
too well.
It's gracious. Yeah.
1938, Snow White would be released to the American public. It would be 2022 that they would probably ruin it because they wanted to go, woke.
Yeah.
So that was a great story there, Snow White and the, what, Seven Dwarfs?
Yeah, Seven Dwarfs. Why don't they leave stuff alone? I'm surprised they haven't said something about it having dwarves in it. Like that's
Well, now
offensive.
that you bring that up.
Oh, really?
And they're mad at him. You know the little guy that was, and he's a dwarf, that was on, is it Game of Thrones? Yeah, Game of Thrones, Tyrion. He jumped on him about something, and they go, you're right, and all the little dwarfs lost their jobs because of him, and they are mad at him. He made a comment about that in Snow White, and so they removed him.
That is crazy.
He is not real, the dwarf community is not happy, the actors.
Yeah.
Now, I don't care who you are, somewhere Roy Rogers used to sell encyclopedias. He went around, knocked on doors, and sold encyclopedias.
I've always said that this next guy that he
This
resembles Roy Rogers so much. He could be his son.
We call this "Whose Baby Daddy Is You?" And you can look this up. Y'all look at the pictures of the comparison. Clint Black has got to be Roy Rogers' boy.
Okay. Just quit.
He's got to be. Look at that face.
No, look, okay. I looked this thing up the other day on Facebook.
Yeah.
Well, it was on Facebook, but you could probably Google it or something. I don't know. This photographer got all these people together, and before I actually read the article about it, I thought these people were sisters and like twins and all this stuff, kin to each other. He got these people together from all over the United States in different places and put them together because they resembled each other and took pictures of them.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Yeah. It's scary how much, like, you have somebody out there that looks just like you.
They always say that you've got a twin.
Yes, you have somebody. Yes. That is scary to me. It was really weird because when I went to scuba, there was a girl up there that everybody kept saying, there's a girl that's just
I
like
need to remind my wife, Angie, that somewhere out there there's a woman that's extremely happy right now. She don't recognize what she's got.
Or maybe not. Maybe they sent some black roses.
All right, y'all be honest with me. Did y'all know who Clint Black was?
Country singer Clint Black.
Golly.
Well, he's not really in the spotlight.
Not
so much
anymore. He was
but-
huge back in the 1990s.
Yeah.
Nothing but the tail lights. One of my favorite, the lights are on, but nobody's home. Boy, was it.
Which is a lot of, that's true for.
Yeah, but it describes an old boy. And let me paint the scene for y'all. In this Clint Black, his first album, Killing Time, and you bound to have heard that. He had that song, and he gets up every morning, straps his timepiece on his arm, jumps in the pickup truck with the same old bank still on.
Yeah.
And his wife has left him, and he's just going through a routine every day of going to work, coming home. But his life means nothing. The lights are on, but nobody's home. See the cliche there of how that works?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Some people use that phrase for people. The lights are on, but ain't nobody home.
There's a few of those.
Yeah.
My husband called them the milkman babies, Debbie said. You know, the milkman used to be accused of so much when he made home deliveries. Mm-hmm. Let's take a moment to remember the milkman. Believe it or not, I was a milkman one time when I worked radio overnights, and I was the milkman during the daytime.
Yeah.
I didn't get many hours of sleep, and it was tough, but I delivered that milk like nobody's business. Me and Elsie pull up to you there.
Yeah.
I did. You don't believe me?
Yeah, I believe you.
Okay,
I believe
just check.
you.
Just
I
check.
ain't walking into this conversation.
I had a little uniform. Said I was a milkman. Back in 1978 on this date, I never really liked the song, but you can't help but hum it when it comes on because it sticks in your head. This was the #1 song, Staying Alive.
Yeah. Yeah. Staying alive.
Everybody remembers that. The Bee Gees had the #1 song across America on this date. We would
We used
move.
to watch the Bee Gees all the time.
Yeah, we tried not to back at home.
Oh, you didn't like it?
No, because they.
I loved it.
They what? Really?
Yes.
So do
I
you
love
like
it. We
men
had
that
the
show
big
hairy chest
album.
and chains? Is that a thing that's coming? Do y'all like that? As young girls, do y'all find that attractive? Fine
Yeah.
line.
Yeah. If it's there, like, okay.
Yeah, like no hygiene.
But no, men used to unbutton
Good
the shirt all the
hygiene.
way down and leave it gapped open where the chains
that's
sit
just
on back.
that's just kind of nasty.
Is it?
Looking to me? I never really.
Some women might find that attractive.
No.
Do you remember the girl that rode the motorcycle in The Jerk? She took
Yeah.
charge of the community.
Yeah.
Women like that scare me. I want y'all to know that.
Yeah, she was kinda scary.
She was. 1983, you would wake up and we would find out that Karen Carpenter had died. Huge group, the Carpenters. She passed away on this date in 1983. And if I remember, it was anorexia.
She had an eating disorder.
So sad. Their big song
It is
was
sad.
I'm on top of the world, looking down at creation. Seemed like there was another big one that I can't remember. Gail said the Bee Gees had their own music, and they did. Because if you really listen to it, it's hard to understand. Because it was like the most high-pitched sound that a man could make. Maybe that's why I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Little squeaky
it was big
men.
in the like
Disco.
disco days. Yeah.
I could see
bet
you
they
on a
could-
disco floor.
I bet
could
they
visualize
could. Don't
it.
you know they could cut a rug on that lighted floor? All the different.
Is it true that real men can only slow dance? Is that true? Can anybody back that up? Are you sure?
Real men. What do you? I mean,
Like a real man just ain't gonna get out there and go to a shaking and a jumping, that he'll only slow dance when he's forced to. Is there truth to that?
I don't know. I mean, I've seen many people dance.
Okay, I'm just asking for a
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah. And
I cannot dance. Period. I never
Yeah.
could. I've never hid that. If you can't dance, you shouldn't.
look,
Because
if you
I've
can't
watched
dance,
that episode of Seinfeld.
You had, yeah.
She couldn't dance.
That was funny. Now that was really funny. But yeah, you have these people who just sit there and just kind of,
Yeah.
and do to the music. If you can't dance, you
I
always just do
admit
that.
Elvis Presley could dance. This was a strange guy.
Or Michael Jackson.
Yeah, he could do it
but
too.
we can't ask him
But
any questions.
But this guy, I can't name any song that he ever sang or what he done. I know he played the piano, and he was huge and made lots of money, and he was very extravagant.
Flamboyant.
Yeah, that was the word.
Yeah.
Yeah, Liberace passed away on this date back in '87, and flamboyant is probably a low key for that term. It was
There's
nice.
also someone who's
Very flamboyant. But, this is one of those songs that even though I was a country music fan, you couldn't help but go, yeah, that sounds pretty good. And then I saw a picture of him and went, whoa.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about none other than Boy George. #1 song, Karma, How did you
I always thought it was comma. I didn't know it was karma, but he does have a British accent,
Yeah.
so he might have said comma.
And it was the video to it, which was new in that point in time, was down by a ship or something. But that was huge. I don't know if he ever had anything else, but that made him big.
Have you ever seen the interview that Johnny Carson did
No.
when he was on the Johnny Carson show? Can you imagine?
Oh, Johnny Carson, yeah.
But and when I started to watch it, I thought, oh, this is going to be disastrous because Johnny Carson was somebody that kind of made fun, but he was really good, real professional when he interviewed him, real nice, and it went great.
Boy, it was 04. I know that you ladies know this right here as we pull this up. Facebook launched on this date. Yeah, it sure did. Yeah, not bad at all. Let's see a few other things that went on this. I don't know any of this guy's music. I know that he is big and he survived this, and the attention caused him to sell more albums had they just not said anything. Made a big star out of him. Morgan Wallen was dropped by his label 1 year ago today. Now, are y'all thinking he's cute or something? I heard something over there.
I love Morgan Wallen.
Really?
Love him.
Can he sing?
Yeah, he can.
I mean, like if you were to compare him to George Strait, should he even show up?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes, because I just saw something. Yes, I love my George, but I love my Morgan.
I'm going to have to do a report. I have never in my life, y'all, ever listened to anything that guy has sang. So
there was something I saw that said his record, he like tied Randy Travis with his new double album Dangerous.
Yeah, let him try to sing.
I'm telling you.
Look,
telling you.
I'm just, because it flashed through my mind, because I remember the very first time I heard this, I was driving down the road, and Randy Travis had a song on there called The Reasons I Cheat. And you think, well, that's just wrong. Until you hear Randy Travis tell why that man needed to cheat on his wife. He went to work every day, and she nagged him, and he had to go to the bar and sit there to where he could be happy. And he couldn't even get a raise at work, and that's just some of the reasons I cheat. It was just bad. You felt for the man. You were like, cheat, Randy, go cheat. But she's treating you bad. I was with him. I lived the moment with Randy Travis.
Then
I don't know. I think when he stripped down naked and was found at the church parking lot,
You
that
had,
was
you had to go and pull that up.
Yeah.
Poor Randy.
I would say not real stable at the time.
2020, this would be almost the end of his life. What a guy he was. He was really good at what he done. Rush Limbaugh was awarded the Presidential Medal of Honor today. 1 year ago today. No, that's 2 years ago. 2020 is when that happened. And then he would soon pass away. Boy, what a legend he was when it comes to talk radio.
He really was. He really shaped talk radio into what it is.
A few of the things that happened on this date. Y'all don't go anywhere. We've got more coming up with Scotty Ray and Candace as we move along this morning here. Quite along.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
On my way to class, I was blindsided at a four-way stop. I never saw it coming.
I'm Mississippi Attorney Richard Schwartz. I'm proud to represent the people of the great state I call home. And if you need me, Mississippi, remember, one call, that's all.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace as we move along toward the top of the hour on a Friday morning. We do hope you're doing well and everything's great in your world. I mentioned this morning. If you've got Amazon Prime, your prices are getting ready to go up by March the 2nd, I think it is. Right now, for the free shipping, you're paying $119. $139 is in your future.
Okay.
So don't think that you're going to get away with paying that again. I just wanted you to know so it won't shake you up there.
And they charge you monthly, too.
No, if you want to do it that way.
Yeah, you can. I had it, and it was like, I think it was like $13 a month.
Yeah, I have no clue.
So they break it down into.
I use Angie's account with the help of my children because I can't order nothing.
I got rid of it because I never really order that much. But it is a good thing if you do order a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, and you can get it in a hurry too. So.
As we go to what's going on across America, as we started talking about this yesterday, where GoFundMe slowed down and took down the site of the convoy people, halted it there in Canada. Oh, guess what happened? Facebook took down their page yesterday. They are, as the government in Canada tries to plague them as actors and act like they don't know what they're doing. They're shutting them down, basically, is what they've done there. But their page has gone off Facebook. If you followed them, you won't be able to find it today. It's gone. You remember the teen rapper that was arrested in New York? He shot a cop in the leg, and they let him out of jail.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Guess what? Oh, 1 week later, he's back in jail. He's done something else. Would anybody think career criminal? I am.
Yeah. I don't understand why they're letting these people out. I mean, I don't understand that.
Goes back to what we said ago. Be careful who you elect.
Yeah.
Dig into their history. What are they like? You'll get people like that.
Because, they're going to tell you what you want to hear when they go to get elected. I mean, that we've seen that time and time again.
Somebody better do their job in Memphis, Tennessee. And I mean this, what I'm fixing to say. I don't know if y'all watched this story yesterday or not, but a guy kills he gets a young lady pregnant. He shoots the mother, takes the two-day-old baby, throws it in the Mississippi River, drowns. They need to do something, and justice served quickly. Memphis, Tennessee is where that happened. Y'all do the research on that today. That's beyond, that should have never happened.
There's so much evil in this world. Can we just say that?
Yeah.
I mean, there is.
So as America really lets all this sink in, anybody watch The View? I'm sure that there's a few people watching us that do watch The View and they like it.
I used to watch it all the time before it just turned totally went
chaotic.
To the left. Yeah.
But America is a little upset over this. Whoopi finally did get 2 weeks suspended. 96 grand a week is what she makes of what she said about the Holocaust, not being racist. And it was. We all know that. They wanted the Jews is what they were after. They fired Roseanne for sending a single tweet. And America is going, something is wrong here. Why isn't justice being served here? I doubt anything more will happen, but 2 week suspension is all ABC is going to do.
Yeah, then she turns around, Whoopi Goldberg, and's like, I'm thinking about leaving The View. Like, that's going to hurt a lot of people's feelings. I mean, I really don't think it is. But it's like she turns it around that, like, she's victim.
That's usually how the left works.
Right. I don't understand. I feel like they just gave her the 2 weeks just to, ease everybody else up from fussing about it,
Yeah, and if you make 96 grand a week, there's 50 other weeks of the year you're still going to be fine.
Yeah.
It's not like you're working $14 or $9 an hour, and if you miss that paycheck, you're going to be hurt. She's not going to. She gets residuals from everything else.
Well, they need to make an example out of her and get her home.
I agree with that. CNN's worst kept secret? Whoa. Well, we've got somebody, his name may be Chris Como, that is trying to make sure that everybody else knows it. They even say down to the doorman at the hotel where the president of CNN was having the fling with his coworker, and they had separate apartments, of course. He would even they had it rigged to where if his wife was anywhere on the elevator, that the staff of the hotel would keep her busy to keep her away from the girlfriend's apartment. If you're rich, you can tip people to handle this for you. Just say it. In the Deep South, you have to rely on the good old boy system. Sometimes it fails.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm saying don't do that. Never put them together if you're doing that.
No.
You'll get caught. It's bad. What's that song that I used to remember, the day that my girlfriend met my wife? No, it was the day that my wife met my girlfriend. It was hilarious.
Yeah. Well, I've heard of working in a hair salon. I've heard of people being in there at the same time. Like somebody else working on the girlfriend while this one's working on the wife. That is never a good thing.
Hair pulling?
I mean, I'm just saying it's just a lot of tension going on up in there. Like you just keep her at that chair. I'll keep this one back here.
As bad as you hate to say it, things like that do happen.
It does.
Everywhere.
It really does.
And I do jokingly say this, but I have seen fights at Shoney's. I'm not going to lie. Well, you have too.
I've seen fights. Yes, I have. And I've heard of fights in parking lots and all that kind of stuff. But, you never know, too,
the scrawny women are tougher than you think.
In a hair salon, people tend to talk a lot louder because there's hair dryers going, and I've had to go, shh,
His wife gonna come get you.
But I mean, they could be talking about somebody else that somebody else knows.
Gotcha.
There's a lot of tension going on.
But am I right? And ladies, I'll ask y'all, include y'all in this. When women fight, is hair the first thing that another woman goes for to grab her by the hair of that head and sling her down?
That's what I see on movies.
Probably so.
In the movies, it is. I hadn't seen a good Shoney's fight in a while. I'll have to go back on. Yeah.
So what are you saying? If you plan on going in and fighting somebody, put your hair up in a bun?
Well, with men, they usually ain't got none. So they got to resort to other measures. But women normally still have all their hair.
Normally. Yeah, they do.
I watched that one happen at a local business here in the parking lot with 15 people, and me and you sat here and watched it.
Yeah, and from what I understand, it was maybe one a few weeks ago, too.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I didn't get a video on that one.
2 or 3 maybe there.
Yeah, 12, 14 people scrapping in the thing. You're like, what in the world?
Yeah.
It happens
Take it
locally.
somewhere else, people.
That's
We're
right.
trying to buy our groceries.
As we turn to talk about friends at Godwin Cleaning Services, if you've got a home, and somebody just texted me before we went live and said, hey, I need that number. And the number is 253-8262. If you need your home or business cleaned, they do an excellent job. Here's Subway. Look, you can actually read the name again. Got rid of all of that residue. That dark green is sparkly clean again.
Yeah, they did a lot of renovations and stuff, and I think
Yeah.
it's really
Look at that, how much
nice.
better that looks. If you'd like to have your place look this good, talk to them. A sidewalk, this is your brick. Look at the difference that it makes. Oh, look at here. That's like major difference. And this gradually happens. Have this set up on a time schedule. They can do this for you where they come by once a quarter or whatever it is just best suits you to make sure that your place stays sparkling clean. Look at the difference in the roof here.
Wow.
You would have never known that, would
That's
you?
right. It looks like it's been repainted and
Everything, all just by simply cleaning it. Saves you money in the long run is what it does. There's another roof that's been cleaned.
yeah.
Wow.
I would have thought that needed to be replaced, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would too. Yeah, look there. Over at Newton, they clean that up in no time flat. Talk to them. They'll do this for your chimney, whatever it is on your house that needs cleaning. It's Godwin Cleaning Services. Reach them at 253-8262. They'll come a-running and help you. See them today. They'll help you a bunch.
And education is the only tool that you can use to improve your world and make dreams a reality. The better the education, the better the life. The teachers are the instrument to help our future generations fulfill their dreams for a better life. That is why Richard Schwartz and Associates is proud to recognize and celebrate our teachers with the Golden Apple Awards. Thanks to the dedicated commitment of our teachers, our children will have the opportunity to live in a much better world. Show them how much you care. Take the time to nominate a teacher today.
As the days get warmer, the grass starts growing. Drop in and visit with Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 in Sicalina, where they've got a complete line of the #1 lawnmower in America, Skag. Whether you're a homeowner or a lawn care service, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower just for you. Plus, they carry Exmark tractors and any part that you may need for your existing tractor or lawnmower. Drop in and see Cole or Buttermilk today. Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, 601-626-8759.
And welcome back. You're not done with us just yet, so don't be flicking no channels trying to get rid of us. We're still here. We'll be here at 9 o'clock this morning. A big weekend coming up. We do hope you enjoy yourself. Do something. Let's talk about the weather, what it's going to do this weekend. We hadn't brought that up just so that you'll be kind of aware of what the forecast is. Here we go. Let's throw this up where everybody will know. 44 today, downright cold tonight with a low of 25. I hope you paid your electric bill.
I hope you didn't uncover your pipes thinking
Yeah.
it was warming up, because you better cover them back up.
48 tomorrow for that Saturday. Back again down to 25 tomorrow night. And let me stress those pets. They get cold like you do. Make sure that they're warm with some hay or bring them inside.
Dry hay.
Yeah.
Since it's been raining.
Sunday, we'll get back up to 55 as you head off to church, down to freezing again that night. So that's a brief outlook of a few days ahead of us here of what to expect. Again, we've got a 20-mile-an-hour gust today. So that 44 is going to be miserable. So don't forget it on whatever you do. So have y'all had fun hanging out with us for a little while this morning?
Yes,
Yeah, you guys
thank
are
you
funny.
so much.
Let's see some other things that are going on across America. Let me just jump around and take a look at this. Hackers in their PJs, I'll be. I don't understand how this could happen. A woman shows up to go for a job interview. She's pregnant. She's strangled by her own hair after getting it caught into a machine. She was walking down looking at the place, and they had heavy machinery going. And you know why they always say put that hairnet on your head?
Yeah.
She didn't have one. It grabbed her hair, and she was
Word.
killed.
Oh my
Goodness
gosh.
gracious.
It was a factory job. I
Oh,
ooh.
that's so sad.
And let me say this too: if you ever go rent one of those where you put the wood and it's
Oh, chipper.
yeah,
Wood
do
chipper.
not have long sleeves on or a jacket.
I don't even want to
It will grab you.
That's awful. Yeah.
Why is the CDC? We're starting to see this all across the world, where the CDC is starting to say, well, in other countries that the Omicron and this stuff is finally dying down, that they're not lifting any of these restrictions, especially after we get into all of these surveys that show that the lockdowns did not help it at all.
Yeah.
Survey says it. They've studied it. It did not do but 0.02%. And people are finally speaking up going, we need to drop a few of these things if it's not
They
working.
need to just calm it down. I mean, now that Pfizer's trying to get 5 years old and below
Yeah.
Right.
vaccinated.
Back off, people.
Right.
And let it be an American choice of what you want. I think that's what everybody wants. Makes everybody distrust the.
Well, a vaccine is something that would stop something from spreading, right? Or stop you from getting it. Somebody said yesterday this should be more called like a therapeutic type thing if it's just going to keep you from not getting it sick.
I don't. I'm not a doctor. I'd have to ask somebody that knows more about that than I do.
That would be like mandating somebody to take your heart medication, or you're going to get really,
It could be.
And you can't mandate that. You can't tell people what they.
Whoop! Kamala has lost somebody else. We're at number 8 that has resigned from her staff.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you'll know. That we're coming to the end of the show. And again, Honeysuckles is where you know to go visit these young ladies when it comes to your Valentine Day. Thank y'all for coming. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us
so much.
All right. As we head toward the weekend, stay warm. We're coming back on Monday. And as always, I'll be here throughout the weekend, whether it's weather, breaking news with the Scotty Ray Report. It all happens right here. Thank y'all for joining us.
Yes, thank you. Have a good day.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by